This is Nightline.
Tonight, Utah mom murder trial. Accused of using fentanyl to poison her husband and father of her 3 sons.
Corey Richins murdered Eric for his money.
Then writing a children's book about grief.
It's just comforting to them to know that, they're not living this life alone.
Her defense attorney says she's innocent.
You know what you're never going to hear is how that fentanyl got inside of him, because there is zero evidence of that.
Why his family says they're convinced she did it. Plus, the Tall Tour, the larger-than-life meetup series of the vertically gifted.
I'm 6'4".
I'm 6'5".
I'm 6'2". I am a 6-foot-tall girly.
Society's tall and taller, all convened by the sky-high king of social media and picking up steam.
There's a tall person meetup in Hollywood, in Las Vegas, in Nashville, in Chicago.
And you'll never guess which celebrity stopped by to say hi.
I thought I was going to be the tallest person here. I'm not. Look!
Yeah.
That's insane!
And Lily Golightly, the Emmy and Golden Globe nominated actress, tapped to play Breakfast at Tiffany's star Audrey Hepburn on the big screen.
It isn't that I give a hoot about jewelry except diamonds, of course.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Thanks for joining us. Tonight, never-before-seen body camera footage in the dramatic case now playing out in court. A wife and mother of 3 accused of poisoning her husband, allegedly killing him with a lethal dose of fentanyl. Then writing a children's book about grief, which she claimed she wrote to help her 3 boys cope with their father's death. Prosecutors say it's all a lie.
Denise is supposed to got here. He's had 2 Eppies in her hand.
A stunning start to a murder trial that seems made for TV. Police body cameras showing officers trying to resuscitate Eric Richins as his emotional wife stands by. Now the 35-year-old on trial for his murder, accused of having an affair, poisoning Eric multiple times, killing him, then writing a children's book and profiting off her family's grief.
What's your first name? Yeah, let me talk to you.
The dramatic body camera shown for the first time. Prosecutors alleging the tears are all a ruse.
The evidence will prove that Corey Richins murdered Eric for his money.
Prosecutor Brad Bloodworth says in March of 2022, the 35-year-old mother of 3 poisoned her husband's cocktail with fentanyl at their home near Park City, arguing that she was millions of dollars in debt and needed him dead to inherit his estate, and millions in life insurance.
The evidence will prove that on the day that Eric died, Corey Richins owed over $4.5 million to over 20 different lenders. On the day that Eric died, his estate was worth over $4 million. And she believed that she would benefit from nearly $2 million in insurance on Eric's life.
But Corey's defense attorney, Catherine Nestor, arguing that there is no evidence Corey poisoned him with fentanyl.
You know what you're never going to hear is how that fentanyl got inside of him, because there is zero evidence of that.
Prosecutors also alleging that Corey was having an affair and wanted to start a new life with her boyfriend.
Corey Richins booked a $4,000, 5-night, all-inclusive vacation for her and her boyfriend, Robert Josh Grossman, at the Secrets St. Martin's Resort and Spa in the Caribbean. They were to check in the month after Eric died.
Eric's death was thrust into the spotlight after Corey wrote a children's book on coping with grief, giving press interviews.
My husband passed away unexpectedly last year. It completely took us all by shock.
In 2023, a year after his death, Corey published Are You With Me? About an angel-winged deceased father watching over his sons. She says she wrote it to help her children cope with the loss of their dad.
It's just comforting to them to know that, they're not living this life alone. Like, Dad is still here, it's just in a different way.
A couple months later in May, she was arrested for his murder. She faces nearly 3 dozen counts, including aggravated murder, attempted murder, forgery, mortgage fraud, and insurance fraud. She has always maintained she is innocent, speaking out from behind bars in audio released to ABC News last year.
What I've really done is protect Eric at all costs. What I really didn't do is murder my husband. I could not and would not ever do that to Eric, or anyone for that matter. I will not give up. I will not give in. Please, just give me a chance.
Her family standing by her.
I do not believe in my heart Corey could ever not just kill Eric, but kill anything or anyone.
She loves her boys way too much to take their father away from them.
In the early hours of March 4th, 2022, a seemingly distraught Corey called 911 after finding her husband unresponsive on their bedroom floor.
The autopsy of Eric Richens showed that he died from an overdose of fentanyl, that he died with 5 times the amount of fentanyl that could kill a single person. Fentanyl is a very powerful drug, but having 5 times the amount that could kill a person is a lot by any standard.
According to court documents, Eric's family says he warned them if anything happened to him, Corey was to blame. Eric's sister Katie testifying that she immediately told investigators to look at the wife.
Did you tell the officer that you were suspicious that Corey may have been involved?
I let her know that Corey had stolen money from my brother, and I thought she needed to know that. I had no idea what was going on. I just had an overwhelming feeling. I had just barely talked to my brother. He was fantastic. When I talked to him just a couple hours before, I had an overwhelming feeling I should tell someone about this, so I did.
The prosecution says Corey had previously attempted to kill Eric 2 weeks before his death, on Valentine's Day, purchasing fentanyl pills from her housekeeper, Carmen Lauber, and putting them in Eric's sandwich. According to charging documents, an unnamed close friend said on Valentine's Day, Eric took 1 bite of the sandwich and then broke out into hives, eventually injecting himself with his son's EpiPen and drinking a bottle of Benadryl. Prosecutors say Eric later called another close friend and said, "I think my wife tried to poison me."
A few days after that, Corey Richens asked Carmen Lauber if she could get something stronger. The evidence will prove that those illicit pills contained fentanyl.
Then prosecutors allege Corey put those pills into her husband's cocktail in March, killing him. Authorities say they also uncovered a digital trail that showed after her husband's death, Corey was allegedly Googling things like, what is a lethal dose of fentanyl? And if someone is poisoned, what goes down on the death certificate? Her defense team says none of her searches indicate guilt and emphasize that those searches were done after his death. They also argued the prosecution's money motive can't be true, that he had recently moved all his assets into a trust that Katie controlled, and that Corey knew about this.
If Corey wanted to spend some money out of the trust that was authorized in your opinion under the trust, it would be your job to say, yes, here is the money, and give her a check, right?
Correct.
The defense painting a picture of Corey as a successful businesswoman, that in March 2022, Corey and Eric had a lot to live for.
Corey was about to close on the biggest real estate deal that her company had ever done. You're going to hear testimony from one of Eric's closest friends that in the few weeks before Eric died, he and Corey were the happiest together that he'd ever seen them.
Her defense also arguing that Eric, who worked in stonemasonry, took pain pills, and that Valentine's Day sandwich reaction could have been from that, arguing there is no evidence fentanyl was in that sandwich.
The people who use oxycodone or hydrocodone, like that bottle said, also tend to have allergic reactions. They can have very similar symptoms if you use pain pills to the symptoms described of what Eric experienced on Valentine's Day. Eric suffered from pain a lot. That he suffered from knee and back pain. He also had been diagnosed with Lyme disease. He believed he had it, and he claimed to people that were very close to him that he suffered with intense bouts of pain that he believed was related to Lyme disease.
The defense even suggesting that Eric could have been the one who purchased the fentanyl.
Just a few weeks before Eric died, guess where he was? Mexico. Guess where the fentanyl comes into this country from? Mexico.
The most anticipated testimony could come from Corey's so-called boyfriend and the housekeeper, who prosecutors allege sold Corey the fentanyl pills.
The defense doesn't have to prove anything in this case. The burden rests solely on the prosecution. We're just scraping the surface of this long-awaited trial and beginning to see the prosecution's case.
Of course, we'll continue to follow the trial as it unfolds. And now a look ahead at tomorrow's show. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Lisa Rinna spills an ocean of tea in her brand new memoir.
Are you worried it would ruffle any feathers?
Oh, it's going to ruffle 100 feathers. It's going to ruffle lots of feathers.
And when we come back, look up there. It's the Tall Tour, where society's most towering members can stand shoulder to shoulder in a crowd for a change.
I've never seen this many tall people in my life.
After the break. Welcome back. I think it's safe to say we all know it's not easy being short, but some of society's most vertically gifted say that's no bargain either. Enter Tyler Bergantino, all 6'9" of him, who decided to give people like him a place to look each other in the eye. The results? Head and shoulders above his wildest dreams. Here's Nightline's Ashan Singh.
We're at a tall person meetup in New York.
6'1" is my sister. 5'11".
I'm 6'5". It's the hottest ticket in New York City. A meetup like no other.
6'6". I feel like I'm having an out-of-body experience, honestly.
A room filled with literal giants.
Just how tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
You're 5'11".
With the high heels, probably like 6'2". I am a 6 foot tall girly. I'm 6'4". I'm 6'2".
Including 6-foot tall comedian Leslie Jones.
I thought I was going to be the tallest person here. I'm not. Look! Yeah. That's insane!
Just how tall are you? I'm 7'4". I do believe, the tallest person in the room.
They've been convened by the reigning tall king of social media, Tyler Bergantino.
We're going to do Tall Tour New York on 3 and we're all going to record it.
It's one of the major stops on his so-called Tall Tour.
I love people. I like making new friends, and I think people need that right now.
6'5", 6'2".
How does it work? Like, what do you guys actually do when people come here?
It's really whatever they want to make it. It's just, hey guys, this is a place where all the tall people are going to gather. If you're a lady who wants a taller guy, ladies wear your heels. It's just a way where everyone can kind of just sit up straight and be like, you know, this is nice. We can have eye-to-eye conversations out here.
At 6 feet, 9 inches tall, I need a little help to stand shoulder to shoulder with him. Even in the heart of Times Square, Tyler stands out from the crowd.
Yes! What's going on, man?
But when he meets up with a friend who possibly stands a head above him, they cause a scene.
Yeah, do tall people feel a need to hide their tallness?
Yeah, because I mean, my friend Mark, who's 7'4", and the guy's just bombarded with pictures all the time. I'm like, man, like he handles it with so much grace, but that's got to be tough.
Yeah.
You know? So
you try to take a few inches off.
Yeah. So you kind of hunch down, and I think you shy away from the spotlight, kind of like not demand that presence and that attention.
All right, so I wear a size 16, right?
But Tyler has chosen to put it all out there, making content about his towering height for years.
Have you ever sat next to a guy who's 6'9" on a plane? This is how I would normally sleep. If you wear a size 16 or up shoe, you can't find them in the stores.
When did you realize, like, oh, this is really resonating with people, actually? People need this.
It didn't really blow up until I started looking for shoes. I would just hold the camera and act like I was FaceTiming. Like, all right, guys, come with me to find 16 shoes. And I would go to different stores, and it was the first time I was able to really interact on a personal level with the audience, and then they would interact with me and say, oh, go try this or go try that. Let me know when you find your size.
Crocs had a size 16, so I was actually mad impressed.
And it's actually a struggle, and I was like, oh, wow, there's a huge audience for this. And it's very niche, but it's very powerful and it's very potent.
He says this wasn't always in his plans. His life as an influencer began after an injury sidelined his budding basketball career.
I went to UMass, had 4 years there, and then went to Italy and got injured really quick.
Okay.
So that was really sad.
And then that's the end of that.
It was a huge, huge shock for me when I came back. I didn't really know who I was at that point because I had identified so much in basketball. When basketball was over, it's just poof. What am I going to do with my life? Who am I?
How tall are you?
7'8" without shoes.
But he leaned into his superpower, using his experiences to connect with and ultimately meet up with other tall folks.
What is Tall Tours?
Yeah.
And why take your social media presence and bring it to the IRL world?
Yeah, I was just in Dallas and I posted a story and I said, hey, any tall people in Dallas, because I had no content to record. There's one chick DM me and she's like, I have these 2 tall guys. So we all got into a group chat and then they knew 2 other tall guys. And it was just like the best time. And I was like, you know what, there's something about tall people. When we're with other tall people, we can kind of let loose.
I'm going to a tall person meetup. We're in Fort Worth, Texas.
He's been touring for months.
There's a tall person meetup in Hollywood, in Las Vegas, in Nashville, in Chicago, in Toronto.
Creating a safe space tall folks didn't even know they needed.
How tall are you?
6'8".
6'5". 6'1" without heels.
6'9". Never seen this many tall people in my life.
I'm 4'10".
Still, there's room for all sizes.
How big has it gotten since?
7 people in Dallas, 20 to 30 people in Vegas, about 30 to 50 people in Hollywood. And then we went to Tampa, it was about 50. And then Toronto was about 200.
Holy cow,
and
blew
then,
up quickly.
250 and then 300 and 400.
As you've done more and more of these events, how much has the community needed this?
I'm very shocked that there wasn't somebody who did this earlier. I know there's like, you know, Tall Club International and things like that, but nothing in the modern age where we're, you know, on social media. You know, everyone's just kind of scrolling aimlessly on their phone. They want to be a part of something. This is something they can be a part of.
The New York City meetup does not disappoint.
It's nice to be surrounded by tall people. It feels like home.
Around 1,000 people are in attendance, and the line out the door as far as the eye can see.
The line wrapped around several blocks, and these are the most tall people I've ever seen in one place in my entire life.
I was online for 2 hours, and the shortest person was 6'1", the tallest was 6'9", so I was in heaven.
The Tall Tour, helping what's extraordinary in the outside world finally feel ordinary.
It is a community, and I feel like we're all just meant to have community, a place where we can all feel like we fit somewhere.
And then it's the moment of truth. Tyler takes the stage to line people up.
We call it hypothetical.
6'3".
Hypothetical order.
6'5".
6'6".
6 feet.
6'2".
6'3".
6'11". Hey, we did it! You're 6'6".
Yes.
You are officially the tall queen of New York.
We do ladies first, and then we crown the tall queen of New York.
That's a big title, right?
Yeah. It'll be cool. So, and then the guys, same thing.
We got all these guys up here that are over 6'9" right now.
Tyler's friend Mark ends up being crowned. And
we know who the tall king of New York is. 7'4" Mark right here.
Now has the bragging rights as the tall king of New York.
I'll thank my parents, the genetics.
Tyler, hoping to bring his Tall Tour to more cities.
We're gonna have a big hoorah in May in Texas, because everything's bigger in Texas. I would love to go international.
Yeah.
Tokyo, the Netherlands, Australia, sign me up. We're just gonna keep growing it. We're gonna stay here. We're gonna keep the train rolling.
Pretty big.
Definitely starting a trend. Our thanks to Ashin. When we come back, the Emmy and Golden Globe nominated actress set to fill some very big shoes. Audrey Hepburn's in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Of course, personally, I think it'd be tacky to wear diamonds before I'm 40.
And finally tonight, Lily Collins set to play her muse, Audrey Hepburn. It's tonight's Nightline. The Emily in Paris star Insta-posting the news, giddy about playing the Hollywood legend in a film on the making of the iconic Breakfast at Tiffany's about Holly Golightly, a quirky, aspiring socialite with a taste for the good life.
It isn't that I give a hoot about jewelry except diamonds, of course.
Collins, who's shared Hepburn-inspired poses in the past, says she wanted to play her ultimate muse for years, saying, "Honored and ecstatic, don't begin to express how I feel." Can you tell she's excited? That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here tomorrow, same time. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.